Boom, we are live. Well, we're not live, we're on. So I gotta do something with, I'll put it in my pocket. All right, so good morning. It is 6 a.m. I bet you're sleeping, right? You just sleeping away. But I don't know, I just woke up, had a nice dream, don't really remember it. But the one thing I did remember, I got a haircut. So I was just all like, bam. And on that day, I decided to wear a suit. And then I was like, the setting was kind of like I was back in Japan. And they called me to like say something at the front of the teacher's room. And like, I don't really want to go all, because I had to walk all the way. But yeah. So my battery's not, because I didn't charge it last night. And I don't know how long it's gonna last, so let's get into it. So last week, or last video I made, I mentioned that I was thinking about going to the fireworks, but I didn't want to go to the fireworks in my city because I ain't trying to get shot. So firework night, it was Sunday. I'm sitting in my room working on music, and I'm like, I haven't seen the fireworks in my city for like 25 years. Because, you know, at a certain age, you just stop going, whatever. But I'm like, I'm here. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I don't know if I'll be here next year, so I might as well go. I was debating. And then finally, I put my shorts on. I think I was wearing shorts, whatever. And I rush out the door. So the fireworks starts at 9:30. It might have been 9:10. So like I'm walking towards, and my city, they always let off a couple like free ones. So it was like boom, and I'm like, oh wow. And I run over there, and then I'm darting because all these trees are in the way. And I remember growing up, my dad used to put me on his shoulders, and I can't remember where, I don't know how long he would have had me on his shoulders. I mean, I would have been 5 or something. And I remember vividly one time we were walking and we heard like a bzzz, and then when we looked and we moved to leave, there was a cicada. And it was all like, bah! And we were all like running away. Ironically, in Japan, cicadas are like everywhere. And they're just doing their thing all the time. Anyway, so I get there and, you know, people are kind of sitting on the grass, or there's a jail in my city, prison. I don't know the difference. I think it's a prison. So people were sitting on top of the prison, like where the cars park, the walls. I wasn't going to sit on no damn prison. So we're at that street, danger. When you walk up in the street, oh my, dang, who knows that song? Anyway, so I go down there and I'm watching it, and it's all like boom, boom, boom. So now it starts, and people are sitting there, and I see some moms with their kids, proud with their husbands, and we're gonna continue because I gotta do this for a therapy session. So how did I feel? Maybe nostalgic. It was nice to be back. Maybe a little melancholy because I'm all by my lonesome. Nobody's down there with me. Happy that I did come out to see the fireworks because I like fireworks. I don't know if I told you how much I like fireworks, but let me tell you how much I like fireworks. When I was in junior high, middle school. We don't say junior high school in America. When I was in middle school, they had this thing where you could do an apprentice with a job you like. So you say, I want to be a fireman. They send you to the firehouse. I want to be a cop. They send you to the prison or somewhere. So when it came time to what I wanted, I said, I want to be a pyrotechnician. Because A-Team, MacGyver, explosions, fireworks is the closest to all that. And I loved fireworks, you know? And well, you don't know, but I love fireworks. So I told the teacher, I want to be a pyrotechnician. She said, I'm sorry, Matthew, doesn't exist. Your dream sucks. She didn't say that, but she didn't go out of her way to make it happen. Long story short, it didn't happen. Life goes on. High school, I meet a guy who probably would blow shit up and get arrested for it, because he was just that kind of guy. But he had fireworks. So he would sell them to me, and I'd be buying like premium prices for fireworks that his uncle probably gave to him. But I didn't care. I just love fireworks. And I would walk around my city by myself. I've always been by myself. Not always, but you know, whatever. So I'd have a bag of fireworks in my pocket, and I'd have these lighters, these $25 lighters with my name embroidered on them, some custom shits. And yeah, I've been doing custom shit since forever. So one day I'm at the park, kind of in the alleyway. I take out a bottle rocket. I can't hold no bottle rockets. Although I like fireworks, I wasn't the one to be all like, I have too much to lose. I like my fingers. So I like the bottle rocket. It goes pew, pop. And as you follow the trail, it blew up, or it exploded right above a cop car. Like, oh shit. Now I'm in the cut, but he kind of scanned and he saw me. And then he looks at me and he kind of points. He says, I don't know if he said, I don't know what he did. He just started walking towards me. Now, he was in the car. I'm like, it'd be like, he's where that tractor trailer is. So he's pretty far, and I'm kind of on the up thing. So I could have took off, and the chances that he would have caught me, yo, this is like golden hour time. You're getting golden hour rhyming. But I stayed, and he came all the way up there, and he put his hand out, give me more. He didn't say all that, but he's like, here, give me what you got. And he took my $25 custom lighter, took the fireworks stash, and I had other shit at home. But yeah, so that happened. So fireworks. And then that same guy, he had a magazine on how to make your own fireworks. It was like I think it was printed from the internet. Like, he was just on that shit. And he sold that to me. Like $50 for the how to make fireworks manual. But anyway, so as I said, my battery might die, so we gotta keep this short and to the point. So I love fireworks. One year, my mom came home with fireworks. Like the 3-stage fireworks. They're like sparklers. They come first, they do, like, they have the little paper thing on the top of it, and you light it and it goes, and then it turns into a torch where you kind of write your name in the thing or burn shit, and then it ends with some more sparkles. She bought a box of those, like 144, and she's like, here. And it's just like, how'd you know, Mom? Because I never said, Mom, buy it to me, and she has never bought ever again. And I just had so many, and my friends would like just, you know, burn shit and write our names and shit. And then I got the idea that if I wrap them all up to like the rest, like 50 of them or 60 of them, because I mean, they get old pretty quick, you know, they only do one thing. But I didn't want to light it, so I had my dad light it for me. And we sat there, and the shit was boom, and it made this like torch, and then it just burned, and that was that. So yeah, love fireworks. And when I was in Japan, all my girlfriends at those times, they knew the stories, so I'd tell them, and they would always make sure I go see the fireworks, bring me out. But anyway, so all that's happening, and I find a nice little stoop, because I keep getting closer to downtown, because you know, it's downtown, so I could watch from the hill, but I just keep getting closer and closer, so then I find a nice little stoop, and I'm sitting there hoping no bugs crawl on me, because you know how they do. And then this boy runs up, and I guess I was sitting on his house. He's like, excuse me. I'm like, I get up. I'm always surprised when young people in my city be all like, excuse me, thank you, and please. That seems like a lost art, manners. But so I move and I come back, and then these three women or the family, they seem of Indian descent. They're like, yeah, someone's shooting down there. And I look at them, and they're like, it's serious. That's why everyone's coming up. And I remember that boy was frantically running back to his house. So I get up and I'm just like high stepping out, but it's right when the finale is. So it's all like boom, 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 boom. But I'm like, so I'm walking backwards. Okay, boom, 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 boom. And I'm just like, and then it's over. So now I'm like hightailing. I got to get to my house. Ain't trying to die today. But then I'm thinking, what if I did die? How ironic, you know? I left Japan to die here by random gunshots, gun violence. But I don't want to be. So I'm like walking away from thing. And as I get further and further, I hear people talking about it. Because people are like texting. It wasn't on the news yet, but people are like. So finally I get to my house and I'm like, my dad was already in bed. And the next morning, it was on the news. I wake up pretty early, so I'm like, Dad, he asked me how was the fireworks. I asked him if he's gonna take me on his shoulder. Little things like that makes my dad laugh, because we don't talk. The common ground is far and wide, but something like that, he remembers. And so he's like, how's the fireworks? I'm like, yeah, someone got shot. It turns out it was two 16-year-olds shooting over some altercation. It started earlier in the day, and that night it was a targeted thing. And how do I feel about that? I mean, that's Easton. That's where I'm from. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I'm more annoyed, you know? Because it's always been going on. Like, there was a rapper in high school. We were in high school together, so I knew who he was. He knew me. I think I met him once. I was walking, as I always do, and he's like, what's up, Matt? I'm like, what's up? And he got shot and died. That was that. Like, it's a reality. The club I used to go to, it's called Banana Joe's. So right when I came back from Japan, the first time, I'd always, because in Japan all I did was go clubbing. And when I came home, I started going to that club and, you know, having my fun. Spiderwebs. And one day I didn't go, and it turns out there was a shooting, and then they closed down the club. Because who wants to go to a club where you get shot at? And the club never opened up again. So that's a reality, you know, whatever. But you know, and as I said, my house, I mean, when I got home, so like in January or February, there was a shooting across the street, drive-by. It's right across the street. So yeah, whatever. So yesterday yesterday was Monday. Yesterday I went to the gym, to Zumba. Actually, all right, there's a lot of, gotta pack this all in. So yesterday, so the week before, someone sent me a message. I'm gonna change up the message, but it goes something to the effect of, hey man, how comes you don't shave your beard? And then I would reply, well, because it's too long now to like shave it with a razor. I don't got a shaver, and I ain't got money to go to the barber shop. That's the real reason. They asked a question, I give them the reason. He comes back, well, why don't you get a job? So I come back with, well, because, you know, my job is taking care of my dad. And there's other things to it, but that's the reason. He comes back with, you're making excuses. You see, and he starts like lecturing me. Now, you know how it is. Well, you don't know how it is, because in this case, I don't even know who the person is. It's just some random person who watches me. And I try to treat anyone with respect. You ask me a question, I'm gonna give you an answer, and take that answer. It's not a debate. It's not a discussion, really. You might say you're arrogant or you're whatever, but no, it's, why'd I wear this hat and the brim's all messed up? Actually, it's looking better now, but it's kind of, because I do and I don't want to mess it up. Answer. Anyway, so I'm getting ready to go to the gym, and he responds, and she's just going on about, you gotta be more responsible. And I'm just like, what? Do I even know you? I don't. So then, now, this is what I said, and this is what I would say to anybody, right? I say, first of all, you don't know me. I make a lot of videos, and I'm as transparent as much as I can be on social media. But, there's other shit going on that I'm not going to sit there and whatever. 2, I don't even know what 2 was. Out of sight, out of mind. But 2 was something. And then 3, I'm just like, don't contact me anymore. Have a blessed life. That's my thing, we're never going to talk again, but if blessings can be transferred, I'm giving you the blessing. I'm trying to set you up for a better life, But it ends with, do not contact me anymore. I can't stop people from watching me. I don't know why somebody would watch me if they know that I don't like them. But, people are like that. So then I'm at the gym. Or actually, I guess this happened. So that happened before I got in the gym. So when I got to my elliptical, I'm just burning off steam. Like, how dare he? Doing my... And I got up to 440 calories burnt. That's my record. And I'm just... Yesterday, I was listening to drum loops. Drum loops are not that exciting. There's no melody or anything, but when I listen, it's a drum loop. I could rap over it, and I could hum melodies to it. I got a shitload of drum loops, but when it comes time to use them, it's really hard to, I don't know. Because when I was in Japan, I was in a band, and so if you made it this far, I'm gonna be live streaming tonight, Tuesday, at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna look for my band videos, and that's gonna be the background. I might even put something together. I don't know if I can. I don't know. Anyway, so listen to drums. But so at that moment, what did I feel? I felt, I guess, anger, because it's not so much what that random person, he's insignificant, but it's just the overall, that's what people do. Like, they just waste their time and energy telling other people what they should or shouldn't be doing when they don't know. Like, if you're not in someone's skin, then you could look at someone and have a thought. Of course you're gonna think something. Like, my next door neighbor across the street, she always comes out in booty shorts. Her butt is just hanging out. And I might think, well, why don't she cover that shit up? But maybe that's the only thing she can afford. Maybe she's out here trying to catch a husband. Maybe she has some medical disease that makes it so her booty got to hang out her shorts. Whatever. Maybe she just got her tattoos and she wants people to see her tattoos on. But I would never say she got to do this, that, and a third. I don't care, whatever. But I'm pretty sure there's someone out there, and they're getting all upset and angry. I mean, the other day I was driving. I went downtown. I try to avoid downtown because, cars be weird downtown. And the truck in front of me tried to make a right turn on a one-way street. And recently, the streets have changed from one-way to two-way, which I don't know why they did that, but they did. So I'm in the right, I'm in the street going straight across. and the guy tries to make this turn, and he can't. So then he goes straight. Then the lady comes, and then she looks at me, and she's beeping her horn, and she's like, "Motherfucker, you got the wrong way!" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm in the wrong lane." And I'm all like, "No, I'm not." And like, "Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do anything." But she needs to tell somebody. She needs to yell and get it off her chest. But that could have caused me to like panic and crash. You know, what good to, like, she could have, I pray for him to find the right way. So, yeah. So, at Zumba class yesterday, the teacher comes in and she's like, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen." And I'm like, yeah, because when she be blanket, but she could be like, "Good morning, guys," which people do that. It's genderless, even though guys are for guys. So I was thinking, I wonder how it feels to be, you know, the people who want to have different pronouns. You know, you come into a class, "Hello, everybody." Like, I'm no longer a body. I'm a no. So you would have to be like, "Good morning, beings." So I was like, I'm not a being. I'm an entity. You know, I'll call anybody whatever they want me to know, as long as I know. So if it's written on your shirt or on your forehead, I won't have an issue. But if I'm supposed to magically know what you want me to call you, and I don't call you that, and you like yell at me, you're gonna get a have a blessed life. But yeah, Zumba class is good. I'm out there. I'm at the point where I don't even have to watch the teacher, because I stand literally behind her in the back of the class, and I just watch her feet and kind of. But I'm getting to the point where I know the songs, and she always does it on a 4 count. So it'll be like pop, 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 and then pop in the reverse, and then it's gonna switch. So I'm good now. I can watch other people, and they'll just be flailing about. Like, it'll be like ja, 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 jump, and they'll be so off, looking awful, but it doesn't matter, because as long as they're enjoying themselves. And this was one of the ladies who never talks to me. I see her all the time. But today she smiled at me, I guess. Again, I didn't make the move to be like, "Good morning." There was another lady. I tried yoga the other day, and she was in there, but she was deep in her yoga-ing before the class started, so I didn't say hello. And then today she's like, "How come you didn't come back to yoga?" And I'm like, yeah, that's, like, you got to come back. So now I'm like, I guess I do. So I guess the more friends you make at a gym, the more likely you will keep going. Unless you have someone to go with. But if you make gym friends, gym buddies, you don't need that person. Because there was this person who was like, "Oh, I want to go to the gym, but I have no one to go with." I'm like, "Why don't you go yourself?" But yeah. So I think that brings us up to speed. Yeah. This morning, woke up, talked to my dad. Dad said, I always ask him how he's doing. All right, my phone just said that it's dying, or 10%. So I was talking to my dad, and my dad said, you know, he asked me how I'm doing. I say, I'm doing good, considering. I don't throw the considering, but if I'm waking up and I feel good, I look out, hear the birds, you know, I'm good. I asked my dad how he's feeling. He says his body's in pain. I don't know what to do about that. And then my dad will give me his wisdom. He'll say, "Look at the husky." Is this a husky? Come on. Is this a husky? So then my dad will say, you know, don't get old and don't die young. I guess it's good advice, but how about do not invest in Tesla, because Elon Musk I don't like him because his business, like, I don't get that information. Or follow your dreams and you will succeed, and if you give up early, you'll feel like a dummy. I don't get that kind of. Don't die young, don't get old. That's pretty hard, man. But that could be the motivation for me to discover the elixir of life so I could fulfill my dad's wishes. So I get ready to go for my walk. I see that my phone wasn't charged. Plug it in. Turn the kettle on for my dad. Oh, before I go, so I was on Monster.com, right? I jump on there from time to time. I filled out an application, or I just randomly click jobs that are there. And on what was it? Friday, someone called me, said, "Hey, I saw your resume. Would you be interested in a job?" I'm like, so the situation, I can't work. You know, it's a thing, whatever. But I want to see where it's going. So I'm like, yeah. So it's like, it's a teaching job. You'll help kids with their reading. Have you ever done that? I'm like, yeah, you know, I did something like that. Like, do you want to have the interview now? And I don't know where I was going, but I was like, how about Monday at 1 o'clock? That's what I wrote down. She calls me at 12:30 on Monday, but whatever, I'm there. So she's like, I'm gonna ask you some questions, just answer them. If you have questions, let me know. So she's just like, you know, have you ever helped any students reading? And this was the most chill interview ever, because I've done all that shit. 15 years of teaching. I have taught every type of teaching there is for Japanese kids. But, you know, it is transferable. And she's hitting me all with the, wow, that's right. I would say stuff like, you know, the reason I like teaching is because it helps fulfill the young minds. And as a teacher, we are setting them up for the future. This isn't bullshit. I believe this, you know? And then I'm throwing in the random shit. Like, you know, sometimes I might make a song for my students. Or I'll say things like, you know, for me, it's not important if my students, I don't want to say fail, but if they don't do okay on the first time, or they're having troubles, I think that's fine, because as long as they're trying, that's what I wanted to see them do. So I'm just dropping all these gems, but again, I'm not BSing. And then she's like, so is there any issues with this job? And I'm just like, you know, my dad is sick, or well, he is sick, and I'm taking care of him, and I don't know what the future may hold. I've never been in this situation. You know, my mom died. That's why I'm here. And she comes back with, well, you know, who knows the future? You could fall and break your leg. You could get hit by a car. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I'm just letting you know. I didn't put in and if circumstances happen, I will be back on the plane, or I'm getting the hell out of this area. But, you know, whatever. So she's like, are you interested in this job? Well, and then I was like, you know, as far as this job goes, if there's a training and there's people I can ask questions to, then I ain't got no issues with this job. I could do it. But it's just, you know, my father. I don't know what's going to happen with that. And it's like, do you want the job? I'm like, yes. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, because it's an everyday job. Because when she first called me, she said it's a part-time, but it's a part-time where I'd have to be out of the house from 9 to 2. So I don't know how that's going to work. But that's going to be in September, so I'll keep you posted on that. But yeah, so I am. So how'd that make me feel? I don't know. It makes me feel good. But I don't like not working. It's not I mean, I work on music every day. Like, if I'm going to be in the house, or if I'm going to be in this situation, I'm going to make sure I do something with that time. So music. But and working on new projects. Since I've been home, I dropped 4 or 5. But anyway, so We're back at that park I was at the other day. So, today, I'm going on my walk, right? Wow, we had 30 minutes. So I'm going on my walk, as you can see. And I go down the street to go to the river. You say, this ain't the river? You guys have great eyes. So I'm walking towards the river. I'm going down and the street is blocked off. And then when I get down a little further, I see that the side street is blocked off. So I'm thinking, because we used to have block parties back in the day. I don't know if they do those anymore, but streets blocked off. Then I see a guy with his laptop at one of the blocked off streets. And then I see 3 guys walking in white shirts, white tees. I'm side-eyeing them, what they doing. And then when I get closer to, you know in the videos where I cross that big intersection? So I see all these cop cars down there in the distance. So I'm like, okay. And then I see this dude who looks like he only got a towel on, like he's just naked, but a towel. I get closer and he's just like, you got too much clothes on. Because clearly this guy is naked with a towel on. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, there was a 6-person shooting massacre. I don't know how he said it. Because he was joking about it. He's just, there was a 6. And it was my roommate. And before I could drop the condolences, he's like, I was in the room when he had the gun and he was all in his mouth and he was just all like, and then the other guy's like, yo, that is a funny ass story. And then they're talking about the roommate. It's just surreal. Like this is happening. Now I don't know the details because I was debating if I should just keep walking, but there was 6 cop cars there. There was 3 over there. And I don't want to be. So how did I feel then? I felt, the fuck? That's what I said. He's like, he said something about shooting, suicide, 6 people. And I'm just like, the fuck? Like, clearly I don't want to be back here. Clearly. But it's not because of the shootings. Those are just icing on, or I wouldn't say icing, cyanide on the cake. Like, it's just. So the shooting at the fireworks was last week. That was Sunday. This shooting on the way to the river where I do my walks was today. So that's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Within a 3-day span, places where I would frequent, I don't really go downtown. That shit is just. And like most of my friends that I grew up with, they don't live in Easton. They live on the outskirts, further away. You know, they don't live in their childhood homes. I live in my childhood home because of circumstances. But most people don't live in the childhood neighborhood unless their circumstances. But, hey, look at that bird. Go. Look at him go. Can you see him? He got him. But he ain't eating a worm. He's eating like a mosquito-looking thing. So I don't think it's early birds gets the worm. It's early birds get the mosquitoes. That's wrong. Make sure you update that. Teacher, you in class and the teacher's like, early birds gets. You say, no. Early birds get the mosquitoes. But yeah, man. But here's the thing, right? I wanted to go to the river. That shit happened. So I took a walk this way. I'm gonna walk back that way and try to listen to music. But it's not stopping me from, unless I catch a bullet in the head, that would stop me. But yeah, man, yeah. But I will be on tonight doing my thing. I'm gonna ask, you got some homework. I'm gonna ask you, roll call, where you coming from? And I want to see. I'm coming from Cali. Oh, and the other thing I gotta do, I gotta send out some gratitude and thank yous, because people don't, every now and then people buy my albums or singles or whatever. And I want to say thank you, but like, now this is an excuse, but it's a good one because my Bandcamp goes to like my PayPal, and that PayPal has its own email thing, which I don't see it until I'm on PayPal, and then I'll see it, but then I would have to get out of PayPal but these are, I guess I could put the PayPal email onto my iPhone, then I'll be able to, but I want to just say thank you because I appreciate that shit. You don't have to buy my music, literally, because it's free. It's like there, but when people do, it's appreciated, and yeah. So I want to do that when I get home. Send out some thank yous, and go have some breakfast. Look, it's a bunny. Look at the bunny. But yeah, I guess I gotta thank my iPhone because it didn't die. But if I don't push stop before it dies, it won't save, I believe. So let me do that. All right, thank you for watching. Peace. Be safe. If you do come out to Easton, be safe. And if you're gonna be on tonight, I'll see you then. If not, have a nice Tuesday. Peace.